This is absolutely huge news. It's crappy news, but it's pretty damn big. Do me a favor. If you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Giancarlo Stanton might miss opening day. He's dealing with elbow issues. Tennis elbow, he wants to call it. He described the tennis elbow as tears in your tendon. And he said there's always a level of pain there. And he said there's very high levels of pain that he's going through right now. They did ask him about surgery. Giancarlo said, listen, basically, if you push it, it could, we might need surgery, but we're not going to push it. So he's not going to worry about that. So there's potential for surgery. He hasn't swung a bat for the last 3 to 4 weeks. But that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is that this is dating back to last year, to the regular season and the postseason. And the Giancarlo had a crazy postseason, as you know. Hit 273, 15 hits. Almost half of them were home runs. He had 7 home runs, 16 RBI, 9 runs scored. Without him, we don't win against Kansas City. We don't even win against Cleveland without Giancarlo Stanton. Like last year, the Yankees, without Giancarlo, were 23-25. With him, we're 71-43. That's how much of a difference that man made last year in that lineup. He almost had an 800 OPS. Giancarlo's gotten a lot of hate over the years. But we have to point out how important he was to our lineup in the regular season and especially in the postseason. But I just thought those two records, 71-43 with Giancarlo in the lineup, below 500 without him, it's a big loss. And on top of that, the Yankees knew about this last year. They knew about this in the postseason. Okay, Giancarlo, he pushed himself. He played good baseball. Giancarlo, to me, I'm never going to say a bad word about him ever. Because how he persevered and how much he improved from 2023. It was tremendous. I was so excited for his season this year. And now he's going to miss opening day. And there's potential there for him to maybe get surgery. He said it himself. You don't want to push this because if you push it, surgery could be on the table. But he's not going to worry about that because he's not going to push it. Well, that just makes me a little nervous. Now, the Yankees, obviously, they're going to go internally right now over there at third base. I was for that. I still am. Because I'm a big Peraza fan. Love the friggin' kid. Huge fan of his. Might be his biggest fan outside of his family and friends. Anywho, if you knew that Giancarlo Stanton was dealing with this lingering issue, why on earth didn't you address that lineup further than Goldschmidt and Bellinger? You should have added at least one more. Now you have basically a potential platoon over there at third base, or if Peraza wins it, great for him. But you still don't know. Even Cabrera, you still don't know. LeMahieu, that's a risk. So third base is a big question mark right now. And now Giancarlo not being in that lineup, that hurts. So what do the Yankees do from here? Do they go externally? I mean, they could. They might. But what do we have internally to solve this problem of Giancarlo going down? Well, Giancarlo, as we know, he DH'd, right? And you could rotate that spot. So it leaves it wide open. For me, I would throw Judge there, Dominguez there, maybe even Bellinger, just to less wear and tear. Maybe some better defensive alignments. But I would primarily use DH for Judge, Dominguez, Bellinger. for those reasons while Stanton is out. So obviously another player has to fill in that spot, right, in the outfield. So Trent Grisham, he's the most obvious one. Let's start there. Grisham, he would get a lot more playing time with Stanton out. And Grisham, Gold Glove center fielder with pop. Last year, 179 at-bats. Grisham hit 9 home runs, hit a .190, but a .675 OPS. That's almost 30 points higher than what Verdugo had last year. Now, he did not have as many at-bats as Verdugo, but let's just give Grisham those at-bats, right? Grisham would have been on pace if he had the same at-bats as Verdugo last year. He was on pace to hit 27 home runs. I'm not even exaggerating. He was on pace to hit 27 home runs if he had 530 at-bats. So he's got some pop, Gold Glove center fielder, hits for a low average, 700 OPS kind of guy if he's playing well. But Grisham, probably he won't even start every day either. So here's another name, Everson Pereira, former top 100 prospect. According to Baseball America, in 2023, he was rated the 78th prospect. And then in 2024, he was rated the 67th prospect in Major League Baseball. Now, last year, before going down with an injury, Pereira in 40 games hit .265, 10 home runs, 27 RBI with the .859 OPS down there in Scranton. He could play center field and left field. He has a lot of major league, like 240 innings of experience in left field up in the MLB. But during that time, he had 2 defensive runs saved. So if his bat can translate to the major leagues, and this is a former top 100 prospect, if his bat can translate, his glove is there. If his bat can translate, hey, we could potentially see a star on the rise. Not saying he's going to be. I'm just saying we could potentially see that. But who else? And I'm going to put this kid as the dark horse. Spencer freaking Jones has not taken one at bat. Has not taken one at bat in AAA. Spencer Jones last year down there in AA hit .259, 17 home runs, 78 RBI, 789 OPS with 200 strikeouts. He needs to work on that, and he is. He is. Also had 25 stolen bases, 9 caught stealing. Jones finished his year off strong, though. His final 2 months of the season, Jones in 145 at-bats hit .303, 5 home runs, 24 RBI with a .917 OPS. Obviously, he would need to have a huge spring to earn a roster spot, which I'm calling him a dark horse. I'm calling him, a wild card. I don't think he's going to get there, but if he has a big spring, he's a great center fielder. If he has a big spring, look out. Ken Singleton, look out. If he has a big spring. I don't think he's going to make the team, but dark horse, as I said, wild card, if you will. So, and he hasn't taken one at bat down there in AAA. Whereas Anthony Volpe, when he had that big spring back in 2023, he played 30 games at least in AAA. It's not a lot of games, but he at least had some playing time in AAA. And then he won the spot in spring training. Spencer Jones, he doesn't even have that right now. So, but he did finish the year strong, and he's my dark horse to get a roster spot to fill in for Giancarlo, potentially. Who knows? But listen, I want to know what you guys have to say. What do you guys think the Yankees should do? Should they go out and make a big move now? Should they go out and get a bopper to put in that infield? So to make up for the loss of Giancarlo, as much as they can anyway. I want to know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.